All right, Kroc Nation, how y'all doing? Welcome to another edition of Kroc Sports Talk. I'm your host, Daryl Wren. We got another half hour of fun and frolics for you. We got a lot to discuss. A lot's been going on. Of course, I share the stage with my other hosts, Miss Jackie Foster and Mr. Darius Jackson. Man, there's so much to discuss. Sports is actually, for the most part, back in play. So we're gonna start off with last week's poll question results, just to get an idea of where we are. And last week's question was, would you pay to see the Mike Tyson, Roy Jones Jr. fight? We got the results on that. Darius, talk to me. What's happening?
We got a little bit of check in on our Facebook page here. We got got a lot of people.
Pay is the key word, y'all.
Yeah, you know, pay is the key word. Pull that up real quick.
I ain't paying.
Nah, me
You
either.
ain't gonna pay, D?
I ain't paying. I didn't say I ain't gonna watch. I just said I ain't gonna pay. I will find a way.
I think a lot of people feel the same way.
Yeah.
So what we got? Oh, we got 16 yeses and 10 no's.
16 yeses and 10 no's for people paying.
16 people say that yes, they would pay. We have 10 people saying no, they would not pay.
Oh, wow. Okay. Now, did they ever determine how much the cost is going to be? I haven't heard that.
I haven't heard that either, but I can't imagine it be too high.
If it was over $10, I'm out, but I ain't paying that. Jackie, what you think? More than 20. There we go. Yeah, that's, it is what it is. We're gonna probably get into that a little later in terms of the fight itself. But we're gonna start things off with Major League Baseball. Major League Baseball is back in full effect. And guess what done happened already? I ain't trying to say I'm a, Nostradamus or nothing, but I did kind of say, how they gonna do this? Players are gonna get infected. Well, it didn't take long for the Miami Marlins. What, about 27 of them that got infected?
Yeah, it's like over half the team.
It's over half the team that has tested positive for COVID-19, and they can't play anymore at least till next Monday. So I don't know what that does for the teams that they were scheduled to play. But Jackie, talk to me. What do you think about this? And how long before they shut this thing down again? Right, because they're not in a bubble or anything. It's not like the NBA. Darius, what you think, man?
Man, we knew it was coming. Like you said, Daryl, you knew it was coming as far as somebody was going to come test
only matter of
positive.
time.
We was trying to figure out what they would do if somebody did come up positive, because at the beginning of all this stuff, we found out when 2 athletes became positive, they shut everything down.
Right.
So now I'm assuming with the more information, they said they're not going to be shutting down, which is very mind-boggling, because then what was the whole point of shutting down in the first place? Or what took so long to even get you guys to start? Baseball has been very on the opposite end of showing us what to do with the whole COVID.
Right.
Like you said, what's going to happen with the team that's supposed to play the Marlins over the weekend?
Right, what happens to them?
What's going to happen on Monday if they test everybody and nobody's changed, or if it's even more? So,
well, that's my thing too, and I'm nobody's doctor, but okay, you test Monday. All 17 of them are going to test negative? What's the ratio? Half of them got to be negative? What? Come on, y'all. Look, bottom line is this. I'm going to tell you what Major League Baseball is full of it, y'all. Because if this was the New York Yankees or the Los Angeles Dodgers or the Boston Red Sox, I'll even go the Chicago Cubs. Guess what? Baseball would have got shut down. Reason why they still playing, don't nobody care about no Miami Marlins. They don't care if all of them get infected, fine. That's just one less team we got to deal with. So the bottom line is this. The virus don't care what team you play for. It's only a matter of time before other players on other teams get infected, and guess what? At some point, you're going to have to shut this thing down. They talking about, well, just bring up the taxi players. Oh, I didn't know. The taxi players, are they immune? What happens if they get it? Now what do you do?
I got another question for you, dude. What about, say you get the Marlins come back on Monday and they retest again, and then some of them are positive and some are negative. That next team that's supposed to play them, does that team feel comfortable as far as going to Miami or going to Florida to play them? Do they feel comfortable enough to play against them?
I know if I played on said team and we had to play the Marlins, I already tell you I wouldn't be playing against them. I don't care if they test them next Monday or 2 weeks from next Friday. I'm not playing against no Miami Marlins. That's it. That's all. It's not going to happen. So I don't know how long baseball want to keep going on with this con job, but I don't like what I'm seeing. I don't think it's healthy for the game. It's certainly not healthy for the players or their families on a serious note. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. This is definitely one of those, let's stay tuned on this thing, because I got a feeling it's going to get worse before it gets better. All right, sticking with baseball. Joe Kelly of the Los Angeles Dodgers has been suspended 8 games. Why? Because he went headhunting against the Houston Astros. Now, for those of you who aren't baseball fans and wondering, why was he throwing so much at the Houston Astros? Well, several years ago, when those teams met in the World Series, the Houston Astros decided they were going to cheat by stealing all of the Los Angeles Dodgers signs. And they didn't do it the old traditional way with your eyes. They did it with electronics. So it was, I don't care if they wouldn't have played 17 years later, it was going to be some Houston Astros that was going to get a baseball in the ear. That's just the old unwritten rules of baseball. I'm generally not a big fan of them, but in this case, I saw it coming, and I understand kind of why. Jackie, talk to me. What do you think about what happened?
I'm with you. I wasn't mad about the retaliation because
Nope.
I don't think the Astros were ever penalized for the cheating. So
Not enough.
it's like, why is he being suspended for these 8 games? So I don't have a problem with what he did,
Nope.
to be honest.
I don't. Darius?
There's a picture circulating right now on the internet showing that the commissioner is actually protecting the Astros from Joe Kelly. And so I think it's on Joe Kelly's Instagram. If anybody want to check Joe Kelly's Instagram out, it's pretty funny. He got a lot of memes in there with the Astros. And to be honest, I don't think it's going to be the last time, or the last time we hear somebody going at the Astros.
No.
To be honest, they should have been expecting this 3-4 months ago before even COVID. And just because COVID came in, it doesn't still throw off the fact that they cheated. And a lot of people in baseball, not just the Dodgers, which is a team that they actually beat, or any other teams that they had to get through in order for them to even win the World Series, they're going to be seeing a lot of retaliation from other teams that they probably never even thought they would get it from, but they're going to be seeing a lot of that, so they better prepare themselves.
Well, if you saw the game or definitely saw the highlights, Kelly threw at 3 of them. I'm talking about headshots. I'm not talking about chin music. I'm not talking about close pitches. I'm talking about he went head hunting. And if you really watch the Astros' response, they weren't even really that mad at first because they knew it was coming. They only got mad when Kelly was walking off the mound and he gave them that funny look with his mouth and everything.
Yeah.
That's what kind of set them off. But the bottom line is this. They probably going to get it from every team they see probably for the first time. They're going to get some kind of tribute just because what they did was one of the reasons. And like I said, normally I'm not for, head hunting and throwing their battles or whatever. But in this case, I'm not saying I agree necessarily, but I understand. I guess I'll put it there. So we'll see what happens with the Houston Astros. But I got a feeling that's not the last time they're going to get some chicken from the various teams that play.
Not at all.
Sticking with baseball, now looking at college, Rutgers team has quarantined after 15 of their players have tested positive for COVID-19. Gary's going to start with you this time. What's going on?
I mean, as far as college sports in general, I think that's something that has to be looked on a bigger scale. So I mean, I would hope they would take the right precaution as far as what they're going to be doing next. But when it comes to college, I think it's more incorporated as far as where the kids living, where the kids coming from. So a lot of these kids are they come from different states, come from different areas, so there'll be a lot of traveling. With that being said, I hope Rutgers handle this the right way. I hope that they continue to test the positive athletes that they do have within the building, so they can get to a better day as far as knowing who has COVID and who doesn't. I mean, a lot of sports should be postponed as of right now. Like I said, with college, there's a lot to incorporate. What do you think, Jackie?
I personally don't think that college sports should take place this year. I think that safety comes first, and I understand like the scholarship aspect, but with so many new people getting cases, it's like unless you're testing them every day, you really are. It's just so much uncertainty.
I mean, this is a sports show, so we try to keep it sports, and we don't get into politics and things like that. But I gotta say, if children can't even go back to school, how are you gonna have professional sports? I mean, that just makes no sense to me. One is essential and the other one isn't. So why do it? Why risk the players? Why risk their families? Why risk the grounds crew and the coaches, everyone involved? Why even do this? Whether it's professional, college, or whatever. Don't get me wrong, this is a rhetorical question because I already know the answer. Money. Anytime something goes against all logic in life, I guarantee you money is involved. That's the only way you can explain this. As far as Rutgers and all the other teams, I just don't see how this is going to continue, but COVID looks like it's going to be around for a while, y'all. So I think people just need to adjust to the fact that this isn't normal. This isn't the normal way of life for us right now, and we're going to have to make some sacrifices. And when I say sacrifices, I don't mean playing in bubbles or, okay, well, half our team is, been infected, but we're still going to try to make it go. No, I mean shutting it down. But who am I? This is a sports show, and that was just an opinion. All right. We're going to switch gears and go to NBA action. It's fantastic.
Yes, sir.
The real season restarts tonight. You got the frost-off game between the Utah Jazz and New Orleans Pelicans. And then you got the varsity game that everybody named Mama want to see, which is the Los Angeles Clippers versus the Los Angeles Lakers. Jackie, talk to me.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Like you said, I'm not going to tune into that first one, but that Clippers Lakers, I'm looking forward to seeing that one. I believe the Clippers going to be victorious tonight. So
right on, me too.
I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Darius?
Same thing. I'm excited just to have the season back. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not seeing what's been happening inside the bubble as far as what the NBA is taking as far as precaution. What they've done as far as having everybody in a bubble, what they've done with players who leave the bubble, you have to quarantine once you come back. Just the whole outlook of the bubble and what's going to happen now as far as these games. A lot of the NBA players taking it as an AAU tournament, so I'm excited to see what's going to happen.
I mean, I think the NBA is doing it best in terms of the other sports as it relates to at least being in a bubble. That way you're in a controlled environment. Still doesn't mean people can't contract the virus, but it lessens the odds because you're literally on a campus, you might as well say, that you can't leave, other than Lou Williams, who we'll get to that in a minute. But they're basically sequestered. You can't be around your family. You can't be really no outsiders outside of people on the team and people associated with the team and or league. And, of course, Disney, that, some of the people that work there. So I think the NBA, if anybody was doing it the right way, it was the NBA. And let's face it, they were the ones who decided to shut down first when all of this happened. So it doesn't surprise me that they came up with the best plan. Now, once again, will they be able to continue? I don't know. Time will tell. So far, no players have tested positive inside the bubble, but, we'll see what happens. As for my man Lou Williams, all right, Jackie, I'm gonna bounce this one off of you, but supposedly brother went to this gentleman's club because they sell the best wings, at least in Florida. Now, I figured he was looking for some legs and thighs. I don't know about no wings, but anyway, Jackie, what you think?
They food must be good for him to just
It's really
risk
good
it
food
all.
from what I hear.
So I don't understand why he was like why he couldn't. I don't know about this situation. So we'll see what happens, because it just seemed like you got all of this accommodations and you just leave just for some wings.
Yeah, they the best wings in Florida, by the way. Darius, what you think? How good are these wings, bro?
Well, I think was it Florida? I think Magic City was in Atlanta.
Atlanta, yeah, he was.
So he traveled. He actually left Florida.
Oh, he left. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he left Florida.
Oh, these were really
he had
good
a
wings.
family issue in which he's from Georgia. And with that being said, he went to this Magic City where they apparently have the best wings in Atlanta.
Okay, wait a minute.
I mean, I know the food in the bubble is not good, but come on.
Yeah,
Lil
I
Will.
saw the food in the bubble. I get it. But
Come on, Lil Will.
you weren't supposed to leave the bubble, right?
He left Florida.
But he left Florida.
He left Florida.
Left the state.
Okay. He went to a funeral, as my understanding, too. But he should have just ate at the repast, because he had to know that you're going to this gentleman's club. I don't care if you standing at the food line. You in a gentleman's club. That's all people are gonna see.
He took a picture too, like.
He took pictures that. Come on, Lou. Come on, bro. All right, you okay? I'm assuming it was a death. I don't know if it was in his family, someone close to him. So you know, God bless them on that. I'm not making light of that, but, bruh, a gentleman's club. That's the only place you can get some wings.
That's taking your privilege a little bit too far.
A little bit too far. A little bit too far. Lou, come on, bro. All right, let me ask y'all. So we stick with the NBA. Who gonna make the finals? Jackie, I'm gonna start with you. Who gonna make the finals?
I got the Clippers versus the Celtics.
Okay,
that's my pick.
I'm definitely with you on the Clippers. Darius, what you think?
She threw a boomerang right there. It's a lot of good teams out west and out east. Out east, I'm gonna go. I think Giannis is gonna get over the hump as far as.
So do I.
I think he's gonna take that team. They're playing on a different playing field as far as with this bubble, so there is no home court advantage. Everybody's out there to play basketball.
No, home court advantage is out.
And if I gotta take a person to play basketball, if I'm one person that's gonna just take me to go play a basketball game, no matter where that basketball game is, it wouldn't be nobody else but LeBron James.
Okay.
It's gonna be Lakers. It's gonna be Lakers Bucks, and I honestly don't know who's gonna win in that matchup.
Yeah.
Okay, Lakers Bucks. Okay.
I said the Celtics because I just feel like they was on the stride, like toward before COVID hit. It seemed like Jason Tatum was coming to his own. Kimba had multiple 30-point games, and it just seemed like their cohesiveness was they were just in tune. So that's why I feel like the Celtics. I think the Celtics gonna beat the Bucks personally, but Bucks they balling right now though.
Yeah, Marcus Smart is playing some of the best basketball he done played as a pro. So
I got a dark horse too. A dark horse. Watch out for the Houston Rockets. I think the Houston Rockets can.
Yeah, I think you had mentioned that a previous show.
Houston Rockets can make a difference in this tournament for the Lakers.
Okay.
That different lineup of having 5 ball handlers on the court. That's a different outtake.
All right. I'm kind of. I guess my pick is half of both of y'all's picks. I agree with Jackie on the Clippers. I just think at the end of the day, assuming everybody's healthy and Lou don't be going to no more clubs getting no wings, I got a feeling the Clippers are going to be there at the end of the day, because to me they still got the best player in the game in Kawhi Leonard, and I think it's going to be the Milwaukee Bucks that they're going to face in the finals. I just think this is Giannis's time. He's gotten that playoff experience. I think it's just going to come into it a lot better. So we'll see what happens. But it's definitely going to be fun watching. That's for sure.
I don't know if y'all know the Clippers are missing 6 people tonight.
Yeah. That's why I threw in the health factor. If put it this way, I mean, I'm glad you brought that up. If it's not going to be, if the Clippers don't make it due to injuries or what have you, then I don't see anybody else but the Lakers. I still think it's going to be Milwaukee in the East. But if it's not the Clippers, I think it's going to be the Lakers. No doubt about it. Okay. We want to this time take a moment to pay homage to a great man and great coach, former University of Illinois basketball coach Lou Henson, who passed away recently. I believe he was, what, 91? Is that? I'm not sure on the age. I think he was in his 90s for sure. I happened to meet him many, many years ago in my old high school, Western House. Said, hey, what's now Warriors? We went downstate in 1978, and that's when the city teams, that's when the tournament was downstate in Champaign at the University of Illinois campus, and I got a chance to meet him. He was in the halls, and he was just a fantastic man. He shook my hand. He was very nice, very gracious, and we just want to say, rest in peace, Lou Henson. God bless your soul, and God bless your family. Darius, you got any thoughts?
Great man, great coach at the University of Illinois. Pay respects to him and his family.
Jackie?
Yeah, I've heard nothing but good things about him as a coach and as a man. As a coach, he led 2 teams to Final Four, so he must have been doing a great job. But I've heard nothing but love and respect for him. So my condolences are definitely to his family.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, rest in peace, Coach. All right, switch gears. NFL action. Okay. Let's start out with this. You got a lot of NFL players that are backing out. Eddie Goldman of the Bears is backed out of the season. Jackie, what do you think? Do you think the NFL is going to be able to, they're obviously going to start this thing even though they're not in a bubble, but do you think they're going to be able to finish?
I honestly don't see it happening. Like you said, like with the bubble, the NBA has a controlled environment, but with the NFL, they still going to be doing traveling, so you can't really, I don't see a way of them being able to finish the season with no positive tests. So I don't really see it being an end to it.
Darius?
Can't say it's exciting to see some of the people get back to the facilities. I seen Tom Brady throwing with his receivers yesterday. Seeing Aaron Donald walking into the facility. A lot of other quarterbacks going to the facility early. So it shows some type of positivity as far as some type of NFL season. But I do know the players, or having the players back out at this point in time, does not look good. It doesn't show that the NFL may have the right plan if the plan is out there for them. To have players back out, concerned by the safety of their families, it's really gonna make a difference. Some of these players are impact players. I know us losing Eddie Goldman is big for us.
That's huge. That's huge for the Bears.
So I'm ready to see who's gonna actually make the effort towards the play, and then who is gonna step back, because it will make a difference.
Jackie, how do you feel about the players that are backing out? What's your opinion of that?
I think that the right safety protocols, like what Darius just mentioned, they must not have a consistent, like they're not being consistent with the plan. And a lot of these guys have small children that they're trying to protect,
right.
So they want to make sure that they're not bringing anything home to their families. So I definitely respect that. If the right safety protocols aren't in order, they got to do what's best for them.
Okay, Darius?
Piggyback off what Jackie just said, it's what's best for that athlete. If they have to go back home and they may live with their parents, or the parents may live with them, I should say, at that point in time, or the fact that they may have small children, which a lot of these gentlemen do. They are in the midst of the middle of their careers, so they may be having children. And with that being said, a lot of them, for example, Marquise Goodwin I believe he plays for they used to play for the 49ers. I believe he has a new team now. I think it's the Saints. I believe it's the Saints. Yeah, he's backing out, in which that threw them off as far as a player coming into camp. But it's for the best of safety of him and his family. He's had 3 miscarriages with his wife, so he believes that being out prevents it from his family members or his newborn child getting it. So I mean, it all depends on the player. If you believe you're not high at risk and you want to play. But if you think you're taking a high risk, then back out.
Yeah, it's one of those things I think I touched on in a previous show. I'm not mad at anybody. I mean, I understand the players who have chosen to play. I get it. Players play. They want to play. And I understand those who are opting out. And it's not they don't want to play. But like you say, everybody's situation is different. We don't know their personal situation. So, they may have a pregnant wife, or they may have an elder that's, staying with them or what have you, and they just don't want to take any chances. So I understand both sides. I truly do. I'm not mad at anybody. I don't think it's a right or wrong necessarily. What I do question, and Jackie, I'm gonna bounce this back to you. You got a lot of players reporting to camps demanding safety plans. Now, that tells me either you don't have a plan in place, or the plan that you do have in place isn't satisfactory to a lot of these players. What do you think?
Yeah, they should questions like with the helmets what are they going to do about that so that they're
Right.
not consistently, breathing on each other. The NFL, they don't seem to have like a plan, kind of like what the MLB did to start their season. Their plan just doesn't seem intact right now, and I guess the players are asking the right questions just to make sure that their safety is the priority.
Darius?
I'm just really confused as far as like the MLB and the NFL. The NBA, they clearly showed you what you have to do. I mean, not necessarily as far as getting a bubble, but put it out there what you're thinking about doing. Put it out there what the concepts are. Everything keeping an inside secret between maybe NFL players, in which some of these players may not be getting that information. It needs to be put out there. Let people know what you're going to be doing. And that's a lot of situations that a lot of people run into as far as businesses. Put it out there what you're doing to stay safe.
Right.
You have to put it out there and let people know that they're comfortable enough to come back to whatever you're doing.
Absolutely.
If the players don't feel comfortable, then you're going to see a lot more players back out. I think it's the beginning stages, so they're still waiting to see what their
Right.
team has to say or what the NFL has to say.
Right.
But like you said, some of these players are already backing out because they don't feel safe.
No, they just don't. So that's something we're definitely going to watch. I mean, we're almost in August, so football season is literally right around the corner. Right now, we'd be getting ready to watch preseason games, but those are obviously have been canceled, and I don't blame them. So football's right around the corner. I'm real curious to see what's going to happen with this because, once again, like we said, the NFL is in a bubble. The NBA is in a bubble. Even the NHL is in a bubble. Mm-hmm. Watch my Blackhawks play last night. They actually won. Beat the defending Stanley Cup champion St. Louis Blues. NHL is doing it right. Once again, they're in a bubble. Now, their bubble is a little different than the NBA. They're not in one specific location. I think they're spread out over 3 locations. But whatever location you're at, you're sequestered. So one more time, I don't know about the NFL. I just don't see it'll start, but I don't know how it's going to finish. That's just something we gotta stay tuned on and watch. Real quick, my understanding, Patrick Mahomes done took some of that $500 gazillion he done got, and he done bought him a piece of the Kansas City Royals. Is that what I'm hearing, Jackie?
I love it. I think more athletes should invest in other teams. I think Serena Williams did it. Like
yes.
Her daughter has
they own the soccer,
the youngest owner, but I think that is a great thing to have. And then a lot of the black athletes are getting a say in these ownership aspects. So I love it. I would do the same thing if I had the money.
Absolutely. Darius, what you think?
I think it's a great step towards more players owning more teams, because I think that's what it will get eventually more to. You'll start to have players take over. These players are going to be, these generation of players right now that's in the league, they're going to be able to make more money once they're out, just like Michael Jordan did. Somebody like Patrick Mahomes making the money while he's playing. So he's able to do that. I know he's a person who loves baseball. I know his dad played baseball for 11 years. So that's a great opportunity for him, and I wish him nothing but the best with that.
Absolutely. I watched his dad pitch for the Mets, so I definitely remember Patrick Mahomes' father when he played in the major leagues. I agree with you, Jackie. I think it's great anytime you can invest money into a professional sports team. It doesn't have to be in the sport that you play in, but you invest in a team in a league that's thriving, that's doing well, and that's what the players like Patrick Mahomes, Venus, Serena Williams, what have you. That's what they're doing. So, hey, it's a great thing. All right, Kroc Nation, before we close out, we're going to close out with next week's poll question, which is, and this has been a running theme all day, do you think that the summer and fall sports that have started in professional sports, do you think they're going to finish? You think they're going to continue? Please let us know. We'll come back with the results next week. But once again, we want to thank you all for taking time out of your busy lives to spend this half an hour with us. We want to thank our hosts, Ms. Jackie Foster, Mr. Darius Jackson. We want to thank our crack Production team, as always, we want to thank the Salvation Army Ranch Joan Kroc Center for giving us this vehicle. We want to thank our Majors John and Johanna Pook. Most of all, we want to thank you all, because without you, there would be no us. And remember, once again, all things can be done through Christ. Be good, be smart, take care of yourselves, be safe, and we'll see you next week, same bat time, same bat channel. Peace.